Alright guys, so I just got back from Venom. It stars Michelle Williams, Riz Ahmed, and of course Tom Hardy as the anti-hero symbiote Venom. First off, let's address the elephant in the room. Critics are laying waste to this movie. It currently holds just a 31% critic approval on Rotten Tomatoes, which, to put that into perspective in comic book terms, that puts it slightly above the death of Hulk. Some even saying Lady Gaga fans even colluded with Twitter bots to hack the box office. So are they right? Is this really that bad? For most part, I'd have to say no. Is it good? No. It's like the worst, best movie of the year. Was I entertained? Sometimes. Most of the time, actually. I wasn't really bored at any time. First, let's give a quick overview of what the setup of Venom is. Carlton Drake, a rich billionaire Elon Musk type, has been mining comets for new elements that can be applied to medicine to cure cancer. On return, the ship containing 4 symbiotes then crashes on re-entry. 3 symbiotes, including Venom, are captured by the Life Foundation. How they were captured, I don't know. It doesn't really explain it. While one is able to escape with a primary mission to basically take over the world one host at a time. The escaped symbiote then attaches himself to some old lady in Malaysia because edit out 6 months and explain nothing. Flash forwarding to 6 months though, we catch up with Eddie, the top investigative news reporter on some news channel in San Francisco, and his fiancée Anne, played by Williams, who works at the Life Foundation. When given the opportunity to interview Drake, Eddie pulls a dick move and steals some files from Anne's computer, then uses them against Drake. Eddie here seems to have some sort of personal vendetta against Drake, who then fires Annie and ruins Eddie's life, blacklisting him from any jobs possible. When a Life Foundation scientist with a conscience gives Eddie a second chance at redemption, helping him break into the Life Foundation, where Venom attaches himself to Eddie and immediately falls in love with Eddie and the Earth, and is his new best friend. Well, not immediately. It takes a few minutes to take place, about 5 to 10 minutes. But first, let's talk about where this movie goes wrong. Well, not wrong, but where it's disadvantaged. There's no doubt this movie starts well. First, let me explain. It's not easy to try to make a Venom movie without Spider-Man. I know that. But this movie really needed Spider-Man. So Sony and this movie quickly started behind the 8 ball with just that itself. Second, they made it PG-13, which I don't get. I think if anything, we've proven time and time again these rated R comic book movies can be extremely successful and profitable. It's evident multiple times here, where this movie just plainly stopped, edited, rewrote, refilmed scenes that could have benefited tenfold just by being rated R, which is where I feel this movie originally planned on going, which seemed to leave a lot of feeling of emptiness, like a lot of the movie ended up on the cutting room floor. And what happens when you restrict yourself like this? Plot holes. From the huge 6 months time jump to one they tried to sneak past you. What was the other symbiote doing during this time? A question better left for the editor, I guess. We just catch up with the symbiote coming to the United States in what's probably years later after all the time jumps. Wouldn't this have been this first mission? Let's go free my friends? I don't know. And then there's the fact that the symbiotes in the trial seem to have trouble finding human matches for symbiosis. But this symbiote just goes from one person to the next without a problem. There's so many plot holes, and still the movie is still too long at 2 hours and 20 plus minutes. I still feel like somewhere there's probably about 45 minutes of this film on the cutting room floor with decapitated blood-spewing bodies and crude jokes that actually work. Not that all the jokes are bad here, I laughed several times, but it's just mostly juvenile humor, which doesn't work in favor of a character such as Venom. That being said, being PG-13, having no Spider-Man, I feel they did a really good job with what they had. I liked Venom. It turns out he's just a big pun of himself throughout the movie. Used as comic relief, he's a lovable loser. I didn't see any anti in this hero unless you want to think jokes about needing feet on faces of what makes an anti-hero, but it's this lovable loser spiel played throughout, time and time again by Venom. That's what bonds Venom to Eddie and gives him a common purpose. He even says at one point, on my planet, I'm kind of a loser, like you. Oh, thanks for that vote of confidence. Want to be friends now? Brock's one and only true love interest in this movie, Venom, and their bonding and their inner discussions about life are some of the funnier moments and one of the few bright spots I can actually point out in this movie. But still, it's far-fetched, convoluted, totally weird, senselessness, like Eddie when he jumps into the lobster tank. It's just stupid. But still, I had fun with it. The pacing was good, and even though it was too long, I could have easily sat in the theater an extra 20, maybe even 30 minutes for an R-rated version. Here's a thought. Why not make 2 versions? one being rated R and one being PG-13. Shit, that being said, make a G-rated version. Let everyone see it. I really don't care. I just want to see an R-rated version. The CGI is just so-so at best. Yeah, Venom looks like Venom, not Topher Grace in a black Spidey suit. He's big, he's muscular, and has a Gene Simmons tongue. The Venom symbol is not evident. Would have been a nice touch though, but wasn't necessarily needed in my opinion. The thought of a missing symbol never really entered my mind while I was watching this movie. The CGI and action, which there's only about 3 sequences of action, 2 of which you saw in the trailer, the motorcycle and the SWAT team, and of course the finale, all seemed to be inconsistent throughout the movie though, which was so disappointing after seeing the SWAT team action sequence in the trailer. That to me felt so much like Terminator 2. I was really hoping it would be like that throughout the movie, and it just wasn't. It's just a bunch of typical exposition, jump cuts, shaky cam, and the conclusion when Venom and the other symbiote antagonists of this movie knuckle up, they just get all ripped apart and torn to shreds, intertwining and molding together. It's just kind of made me feel sick. Acting-wise, Tom Hardy, I thought he did well as the disgraced reporter Eddie Brock, who finds himself with an outlet to find the powerful and corrupt with more efficiency than ever he could as a journalist. Given what I can only describe to you as an oddly kooky performance that took a while to absorb, but did slowly grow on me throughout the film. Michelle Williams' character, Anne, has really no use except just to give Eddie some kind of inner meaning in life, which seemed to be awkward, seeing the two really had no chemistry together. She-Venom was a nice touch, like the comics, but the kiss was still a little weird and awkward. Riz Ahmed is literally the stick in the mud, though, of this movie. He's just a one-note villain. Worst villain ever? I really don't know about that, but hands down, he's the worst comic book villain of the year. If there's a Razzie for that, he should win, hands down. He just wants to mold a human and alien together without care for human life or sacrifice in the name of science with implausible motives behind his thinking, like the Earth is dying and humans will need to live in space. So let's attach this alien to them. Yeah. Good idea. So Venom, did I love it? No. Did I hate it? Not at all. Was it entertaining and fun? I thought so. I'm interested in seeing Woody Harrelson as Carnage now. But it had a lot to overcome. No Spidey, a crap villain, and lots of PG-13 related plot holes. I'll give Venom a C. So y'all probably want to know about this after credit scene. Stay seated because there is one with Woody Harrelson, a weird, redheaded Ronald McDonald looking Woody Harrelson, peeking his head out from behind bars and saying something to the point of, "There will be carnage." Of course referring to the symbiote Carnage we never get to see in this movie, and depending on if this movie does well or not, we may never get to see. It would have been so much better if it was just Lady Gaga. Anyways guys, thanks for checking out my review of Venom. If you have anything to add, comment below and let me know. And as always, if you want to be part of the adventure, subscribe and join the quest.